Hey, good morning, everybody in the Philippines. Good evening uh, in America and beyond. Welcome to my Sunshine Shoulders live stream. I see the NTZ is in the house. Thank y'all so much for everything y'all do, keeping this a safe and decent environment. John Wells, Michael Cosby. Hey, Smoky Mountain, Modla, I see you. Thank you, Jeffrey. I appreciate you. Yeah, I'm gonna be heading over to Bacala today, man. I gotta get me some books, man. And I'll talk about that. You know, that's one thing that I really miss about home, and that's the library. Uh, we take that stuff for granted, man, till you get somewhere where that sort of thing is not readily available, man. I love to go to the library and check me out a few books, man. You know, they give you 3 weeks in Louisville, Kentucky. Hey, Mark Tunic, Jason Flint, what's up? Gerald Nelson, Dream Bean, okay. Thank y'all. Hey, JH, Kratos, H, Bobby G, what's going on? He's a honorary member, man, of the NTZ. Carl Vines, he said, what's up, Cal? I did the swab test a day ago in Makati, and I don't think anyone should have to go through that. I said the same thing, but Cal Dedman claims he's got a secret way to get around that where it won't hurt. He says press as hard as you can inside your eye, the wells of your eyeballs here while they're sticking it through. He said you might look stupid, but it takes the pain away, but I don't believe it. Surf Fleet Surfer 63 says, answer, Calvin, yes, but only the size of your wallet. I just wanted to kind of, loosen up a little bit today. We can, make some jokes about that because, it doesn't matter what kind of videos I make, man. Guys just don't get it. I mean, people just won't loosen up, man. I caught a lot of hell. Read them comments in there. I don't understand it, man. Y'all got to quit taking yourself so serious, guys. Joseph Relaford said, I don't believe it either. Now, I'm not going to, man, if you don't have to take that test, man, don't take it. Because over here in the Philippines, they go up both sides of your nose and down both sides of your throat. And it's about as uncomfortable as anything you've ever experienced. What's up, Jacob? Tom Jake, thank you, brother, for joining the moderators here. Hey, Texas Tazoy, have you and TJ ever been able to hook up yet? Let us know. Texas Tazoy said, Cal, did you read my comments? I haven't been on this morning yet, Texas. What's going on? Hey, Yukon 68. He says, hey, Calvin. Cal Dedman said my pad is messing up. You doing okay, Cal? He was pumped up the other day. He said, yeah, I got a secret for that swab test. I said, man, they ain't going to let you do that over here. You can get away with that in Alaska, Cal. You can't be doing all of this while they're sticking that stuff in your nose. They're not going to let you. I love what John said. Kind of like dealing with law enforcement, no sense of humor. Now, that's a good one. Hey, Brian Nichols, what's going on? Ron, is it Ron Bizzle or Ron Bizzle? Oh, okay. Texas has always said, not yet, man. TJ's very busy. He got an important job here. He told me, man, he didn't want to give anybody any false hopes of coming over here. He said they took him through the ringer, to get all his paperwork and stuff. But yeah, while I've got a few people on here, man, I want to thank y'all so much. Sunshine Show, we just went over 19,000 subscribers, man. I mean, that is just unbelievable. Tennessee Traveler says, is Calvin frozen or is it on my end? Well, everything's working. It may be your end. But thank y'all so much, man. And I always say it all the time. Without my viewers and subscribers, I'm nothing, man. If you could have told me 9 months ago that I'd have sitting here with 19,000 subscribers and just a brotherhood and a sisterhood. Some of the greatest individuals, man, I've ever met. Promise you. John tells me all the time, he said, man, you got some outstanding people on your channel, man. And it's true, man. Hey, Brian, yeah, he says 20,000 around the corner. Yeah. I'll be in Bacala today, so anybody on here is in Bacala, man. I'm going to Ayala Mall today. I'm going to pick me up some books, man. I don't have anything to read. I run out of everything. Hey, thanks, Axion Falls. He said, congratulations. Your last video had me laughing. I'm glad you got it, man, because so many didn't, man. They were just, one guy says, oh, it's you're making Filipinos afraid of black men over there. And I'm like, really? I don't think so. Hey, Sam Champion, yeah, it was funny, man. He said, that's a myth anyway. He said black guys aren't well hung anyway. He said most of them aren't. He said, but you're making Filipinos afraid. Hey, Mark Tunic, thank you. He says, wow, congratulations on reaching that landmark, 19,000. Yeah, it's a big deal. I would never take that for granted because, you know, y'all can cut me off just as quick as you cut me on, man. I just try to have fun while we can, man. Remember, the guy told me, he said, it's make hay while the sun is out. And I thank him for that. I used to say make haste because we're in the insurance business. We got our own little sayings and stuff. Hey, Chriselle Sebastian, thanks for joining us. Oh, okay, Tennessee Travel. He said it was gone for about 30 seconds on my end, then came back. Also, guys, I wanted to tell y'all that on my last video, we decided, we went ahead and bought Ricky and Violet. We got them the burner. It uses butane and propane. They're using butane right now because it was so simple, man. And, you know, with Ricky, you know, he's got some mental issues, guys. I mean, I'm not picking on him or anything, but you'll notice. So a lot of you guys are saying, hey, he doesn't seem appreciative. He is, man. He's just, you know, he's got some mental issues, mental health issues. But I wanted to get something simple for him, man, because I'm afraid, you know, whenever we get our propane tank changed here, like today, we had to get it done. I let the people do it, man. I'm afraid of that stuff, man. I'm not used to it at home, believe it or not. So right now, it's just a propane tank about this big. Looks like an aerosol can. You open up the side, you put it in, close it, you press gas, and then you turn it on, man, and it's simple. We showed him how to do it yesterday. Hey, JH, what's going on? He says, Calvin, seems like many in that Dumagetti group are breaking up with their ladies. Yeah, because, you know, those women down there, man, I tell you, they ain't no joke. I wouldn't, you know, I respect them and everything, but they're too westernized and too modernized for me, you know, because that's why I tell you guys, it's just my suggestion. If you meet a Filipino, she's already been with a foreigner, man, you got to throw her back, man. I'm sorry, man, because you're going to run into a lot of problems. See, when women like that, when they break up with a foreigner, man, they're going to keep it real quiet that they've ever dealt with a foreigner before. Because I'm going to tell you, man, I wouldn't do it. Hey, Mike Simpson, thank you. He says, your growth impresses me, both the 19,000 and you're helping others. You're a credit to Americans everywhere. Thanks, Mike Simpson, man. Remember, I'm not looking for a pat on the back, man. Somebody did it for me many, many times. When I stopped drinking 23 years ago, man, and people saw that I was serious about doing a 180, man, they came out of the woodwork, man. I remember I had gotten in some trouble on the job because by this time, I went from working at DuPont Chemicals to work here, pay here. You know, you work today, you get paid today. That's the only type of job I could get. And I couldn't even do that, man. I messed that up. I got hurt on the job. Of course, when you get hurt, they do the drug test. Came up positive for cocaine. They threw me out. They said, don't ever come back. So after 30 days of being clean, I went back, man. They gave me one more chance, man. And I'll never forget it, man. I had, you know, I had 3 children at that time and one on the way, man. And I did not disappoint them. They put a picture of me. I promise you this, man. In 6 months, they put a picture of me up as an example, because most people that working in places are like me. They're drunks and drug addicts, man. And even to this day, man, whenever they see me, man, they just get that gleam in their eye, man. And I never forget that. So, when I see somebody struggling like that, man, I let the spirit lead me, man. And don't get spooked by that, man. We all got a spirit, guys. Hey, Clayton Mary said, how's your driving? He talking to John. Lynn Ortega says, I'm hoping someday I'm one of your winners, Sir Calvin. God bless. Well, just keep playing, because remember, when you can only win once. So when somebody wins, we take their name out. And tomorrow we're giving away 10,000 pesos. It's going to be 10 winners, Lynn. 1,000 pesos each. I hope you're one of them. Hey, Gregory Calhoun, thank you, brother. He says, hey, Calvin, I've been helping people. More blessings have been steadily coming my way. I was just telling my daughter that, man, and she doesn't believe it. She's 24. And I said, look, she's been having some problems, man. I never told y'all this. She just got out of the hospital, man. She tried to commit suicide. And to anybody who's ever went through that before, man, you can kind of imagine where her mind is. But I just told her, I said, look, first of all, don't hold that stuff in. If you want to talk to somebody, you can talk to me anytime. And I brought my kids up that way. But this young generation, man, they're on Facebook, they're on Instagram and all that, man. They always comparing themselves to people. But I told her, I said, look, start helping other people when you start feeling down. I said, you think you're the only one going through something? Somebody's going through something worse than you. I've been where you are. And I hope she takes it. She said, Daddy, I'm listening. And I hope she's serious, man, because it will work, man, when nothing else will. Clayton Murray says, 10 winners tomorrow? Yeah. He said, I'm jumping country to get on that wheel. Man, you don't want to get on this wheel. If you get on this wheel, that means, man, you really, really struggling. On a level, hey, Retard 2019, on a level that we can't wrap our minds around over there, man. Albert Young, thank you. He said, new subscriber, Calvin. Also, a Mike subscriber. Love y'all both. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Albert Young. I appreciate you. And again, I don't have nothing against any vlogger, man. YouTube the people on the vloggers are a YouTube community in my mind, and it'll always be that way. I'm here to help them, man. I ain't gonna fight nobody. Texas Tezoid says even John breeds peanuts. Yeah, Mellow 17 says it's kind of rough over here for young people today. Yeah, it is, but selfishness, man, only makes it worse, man. When you get, that self-pity and all that, it just makes it worse, man. Here's what I learned, see, and I learned it from my mother, but I forgot all about it. It was only when people started helping me did I relearn this. When I'm helping somebody else, man, it takes my mind off my problems, because we all got problems, man. Trust me. Hey, Robert Moore, it's good to see you, man. I've been missing you, man, on here lately. It takes my mind off of my problems, man. And we can do anything for 24 hours, guys, I promise you. And that's all I told her. I said, just do it one day at a time. Really. Hey, Michael Cosby, thanks for that super chat. He said, my dad shot himself in the head. I found him. I was very mad at him, but realized later he must have been very hurt and sad. I forgave him. I've been like that myself, but I live for my children. Absolutely. See, I'm going to tell you something, man. It's just over in America where I'm from. I don't know about anywhere else. We just won't talk about suicide attempts. Yeah, do y'all understand there's an unspoken agreement between the police and the media that when they find somebody that's committed suicide, They don't put it in the media like they would if a homicide or something like that, because they think it creates, not only is it a shame on the family, but it creates this copycat effect. I didn't know that till several years ago. One of the journalists in my hometown paper did a series on suicide, man. But you never see that in the paper. But tell man, we need to start talking about this stuff, man. So many people, man. I've been there, man, you know. But of course, I'm too scared to really kill myself, because all you gotta do is get a gun and shoot yourself in the head. I'm not gonna do that, but I did take some pills one time, man. This is hilarious. I was feeling down. I was about, believe it or not, man, about 19. I wasn't even 20 yet. And I don't know, feeling sorry for myself. I was in the Navy, man. I think we was getting ready to go out to sea or something. I can't remember. But anyway, I asked the drug man, I said, hey, how many of these LSD pills do I have to take before you think, before to kill me? He said, about 7, Calvin. He said, if you take 7 of these hits of LSD, you're going to die, man. No doubt about it, right? So I bought 7 hits of LSD, and I took them all, man. I was tripping, man. And I was in the kitchen at that time. I was in Memphis, Tennessee, Naval Air Station, Memphis. And it's funny now, but then I really wanted to die, man. I don't know why. But I took those 7, man, and it was early in the morning, man, and the pancakes, I couldn't even flip a damn pancake, man. It was funny, man. And my supervisor, he was, he drank and got high and stuff too. He saw I was struggling, man. He actually gave me the morning off, man. I'm thankful for him for that. But yeah, I've been there before. But thanks, Michael Cosby, for bringing that up, man, because I'm going to tell you, I told my daughter that too. I said, look, at least think of your children. I said, they need you, And she's so talented, man. I promise you, man. She could be a writer. Hey, Bill Ellis, he said, yeah, often suicide attempts are people ask for help and wanting attention. And that's what I told her. I said, look, her problem is she's always comparing herself. This is her favorite word. I should be further along in life than I am. You 24, you're a baby, really. You still got your whole life to live. And it can all change in one day, really. I mean, death is forever, man, as far as I'm concerned. Leo XL said, hey, Calvin, I had a tooth pulled, but I'm okay. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Hey, Jose Rosado, thank you for that super sticker, man. I really appreciate it, man. I appreciate everybody. Super sticker, super check, your thumbs up. Let's get the thumbs up, guys. But yeah, I made that video yesterday, and I just kind of put a spin on it. I talked about some things where size matters over here, and people were laughing about that itty bitty titty committee. But I knew that Filipinos had small breasts, but I didn't know they were the smallest in the world. But of course, you're always going to have the exception. But the majority of them, man, when you see a breast, there's really nothing behind it. If the shirt is tight, it'll come down like this and then go out like this. There's nothing to fill it up. Hey, Luis Martinez, thanks for sharing this. He said, I'm 36 years old. I haven't figured out what I want to do when I grow up. It's true, man. It took me a while really to hit my stride. I was 35 when I stopped. Well, actually, I wasn't even 35 yet. I was turning 35 when I stopped drinking. It was only when I stopped drinking, man, that the world started opening up for me, and I saw the possibilities out there. Hey, Mark Truitt, what's going on, James Lyons? I see you, brother. Well, Clayton Murray said that's chicken fillets behind those breasts, Calvin. Don't be fooled now. Some guy said, well, I rather like, he said, I like little breasts over big breasts because when they don't sag. I said, yeah, but they look like hot dogs hanging by chains, man, when they do get old, man. That's a funny thing about it. you'll see these little things just drooping down like a hot dog hanging up by a chain. That's what they look like to me. I've seen it, man. It's not a good sight. Axiom Falls says, I've been in the Army for 16 years and still don't know if I like it. It's too close to a pension to quit, though. Yeah. And, you know, there's really no rules, man. I live by two rules, really, because there's really no rules to life, you know. And that's, you know, I don't violate the rights of my fellow human being. And I follow the law the best that I can. Yeah, I speed sometimes, but, you know, I abide by the law and I don't violate the rights of my fellow man. And that's about the only two rules I follow, man. Everything else, man, I make it up as I'm going, man. Believe it or not. Hey, Doug Carr. Good morning. I love LaChon said that's a bad visual. It is, man. It's ugly when you see it. Karan Tucker said hot dogs hanging by the chain. Yeah, man, that's what it looks like. And the guy, you know, because he said he'd rather have the little ones. No, you don't want to see that, brother. Albert Young said suicide is a serious thing. One of the biggest killers among 18 to 45-year-old men in the U.S. Serious problem that should be addressed. Yeah, but we don't talk about it. And one of my best friends, man, his niece, I mean, she was beautiful, man. I mean, but what happened was her mother died of an overdose. And, you know, a lot of times, you know, we really can't see behind that veil. And, man, don't you know, man, she was 23 years old, beautiful, and just graduated from college, had a great job, nice place, car, the whole 9 yards in America. She's on her way. But, you know, man, she shot herself in the head and killed her, man. It blew me away. I couldn't believe it. Nicholas Cherry said, when's the meetup? Okay, right now, tentatively, according to Bobby G, Ingram Davis, Cal Deadman, Jason Flint, I think Cal Ellis, they're going to meet in Vegas sometime in August, Nicholas. They haven't got it. As soon as they get the dates all the way set, I'm going to announce it. But it's tentatively set for August in Vegas. JH said, Calvin, remember I said months ago the breasts look like skin tags when they get older, but they are still some of the best women on earth. Yeah, they are, man. And I wasn't making fun of anybody, guys, you know. Nicholas Cherry said my friend jumped in front of a train in front of the whole school when we were 14. Wow. I had a friend, let's see, I had to have been in the 6th grade, so he was 3 years older than me. That would have made him 14. Yeah, he rode his bike on the expressway in front of a semi. That's the first time I ever experienced anybody, and I couldn't grasp that, man. Belize in Edwin said, Calvin, whenever I was in the Philippines, my girlfriend used to tell me that her girlfriend and neighbors were talking about my size if I was too big for her. Yeah, that's always the question. Every woman I've ever been with over here, they say, you know, can you handle? They won't say, can you handle him? They'll say, can you handle? I was with her in the Save More one time, and a complete stranger. I thought they knew each other. She asked her, is it true? You know, and, you know, I'm not scaring these women, man, you know, because, you know, these women over here don't think because they're little and everything like that, and, you know, and they're frame, little in frame, man. They got big hearts over here. They'll take anything you got, you know, hell. And then people believes in air, but now see, that's what they say. It's the motion in the ocean. I don't know, you know, but I tell you what, don't fall for that. Oh, if she loves you, it don't matter stuff. Because see, when I asked my girlfriend the other night, I said, the size matter. She got to starting with this old long story about, well, you know, if you love somebody, it don't matter. I was like, well, just cut to the chase. Does it matter? Yeah, okay then. That's all I'm saying. James Lyon says, everybody hit the like button. Yeah, thanks, guys. Y'all know it helps me. Hey, Jason Flint, thanks for that super chat. He says, I will be there in Vegas on August 16th. Oh, wow, I will be 50, so I plan on having a great birthday with the fellas. Okay, Well, that's a tentative date, August 16th. When's your birthday, Jason? And I gave Jason Flint my Barack Obama Award of the Year, man. He eloquently shut down a troll one time in the comment section. One of my videos. I wish I could find it, man. And I replied and I thanked him. I was like, wow, man, you really, Jerome Morgan said, even the conservative Catholics, religious women are curious about our size, especially if you are black. Yeah. And it's just foreigners, period, See, I didn't come up with those statistics. It's a fact. The average size over here is 4.3 inches. So even if you 4.4 inches, hell, you come over here, you like Big Willie style over here, 4.5, hell, you over the top. Reginald Wallace said, hey, Calvin, you need to be on improv one night. You can tell a joke with a straight face. I know sometimes, man, but you just don't know I'll be holding back, man. I don't want to laugh. Yeah, Clayton Mary, that's cutting to the chase, all right. Yes or no answer required. Yeah, because she's sitting up there. Well, if you love somebody, well, that's not true. Hey, Sperling Edwards, good to see you. He said checking in from Connecticut. Bobby V says, hey, Calvin, shout out from Oregon. All right. Headed to Cebu when they let me in. Great show always. Thanks, Bobby V. That's my favorite place in all of the Philippines. It's Cebu City. When you come across that bridge from the airport, man, you're in a whole new world because you're on that bridge. You can see out over the Philippines. You see that lime green top of the waterfront casino and hotel. I would love to be there now doing you could put me in Cebu City on Cebu Island, and I wouldn't care if they ever opened up again. Just let me roam Cebu and Cebu Island, man, because they got so many places. I'd be okay. You would never have to open up this place again. Clayton Murray said, what if I fix the ruler so I can reach 4.5 and be Big Willie, man? You Big Willie style over here at 4.5, I promise you. Doug Carr says, I'm headed to Lady when it opens. Yeah, be careful, though, man. Look at the weather when you go to Lady, man. In certain parts of Lady, man, the weather is bad. I promise you. That eastern part, Tacloban City, near that Samar border, Billaron. Yeah, be careful, man, over there. Michael Cosby, thanks for the super chat. He said, my ex-Filipina said I am too much big. According to her, 7.5 inches is way too big. And she said I need to cut half off. Her words. Yeah, I see somebody commented and said, hey, one lady said she likes it at 6 inches. She said, well, I'm not going to fold it in half for nobody. Okay, Doug, he said, looking at Alma. Yeah, you're like Alma. Alma is very, very safe. It's the safest city in all of the Philippines. Imagine this, 230,000 people. They had only something like 130 crime reports for the whole year, man. And they're consistently the safest place. I stayed in I've got some real good friends in Orma City. I like it there. Bobby V said Tacloban City is the second option. Yeah, I like Tacloban. I went there for like 3 days to renew my visa one time. But just be careful, Bobby V, when you go, because the weather really is bad there. I mean, they're always getting, you got to realize last Christmas, or was it Christmas 2019, they had a hurricane, a typhoon. Oh, okay, Jason. He says August 16th is my birthday. So you're arriving on the 16th or before? Ryan Benton says, Calvin, I appreciate that survey you did about size. For some reason, I always felt I was part Polish. Some guy says, I guess that's the reason why they call people from men from Poland pose. I don't know. Derek Greenway said, in my experience, Filipinos can take some. Don't know where they put it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Don't underestimate these women over here, man. You know, just because they're little and stuff, man. You know, they're Vikings over here. They're soldiers. Bill Ellis says, I have an angry inch. Nicholas Cherry said, did you see Duterte's interview the other day about vaccines? I didn't see it, but I read it. And I believe he's talking about putting people in jail if they don't take the vaccine. You know, and see, remember, y'all, we're in the Philippines. The thinking and everything is different over here than it is where in your country. You may think it's extreme, but over here, see, nobody knows Filipinos as good as Duterte. He knows Filipino people. He's saying that stuff because he knows how stubborn and superstitious and how big procrastinators they are. He's trying to say, look, he's putting a sense of urgency on this thing. Like, look, y'all need to take these vaccines. Quit, you know, bullshitting around, man, and get in line, you know, because he knows that if he doesn't get tough, they never line up for that, man. They'll never be. They're already talking about now. One Moody's Analytics says 2023. Then the one the other day, I forgot, I posted it on my community page. They're talking about 2024 before the Philippines can reach herd immunity. So see, he's trying to speed it up, man. A True King Gaming says, lock them up and shoot the vaccine in their butt. You know, I think eventually it's going to come to something like that. Axion Fall said, yeah. He said, laugh out loud. He said he would stick the vaccine in people himself if they don't want it. Yeah, you know, because he knows his people over here, man. It seems extreme to us, but if they don't get tough, they'll never reach herd immunity. Hey, LA, Detroit, thank you so much, man. I appreciate your generosity and support. He said Filipinos love their president like he's a guy. Because, see, they understand him. He understands them. It's us. We're left out in the cold, LA. We don't really understand the culture over here for real. We think we do, but we don't. He knows what he's doing. You know, like those people on the outside are coming in on Duterte about the way he's fighting the drug war over here. Well, you know, he's saying, look, y'all mind your own business. He told the United States, he said, y'all ain't nothing but hypocrites. He said, you coming over here talking about my drug war. He said, y'all killing innocent black. He said, stop killing innocent black men over there in America. I was shocked. I was like, wow. Rod said, hence the Polish sausage. Yeah, I guess that's why they call it that. The wonders of life makes me want to say, what does he mean by injecting a drug they use on pigs? Yeah, I don't understand that one either. That what is that called? That ivermectin? Is that the one that you're talking about? Because that's for, they basically use that on horses for worms and stuff like that. But they've got to go ahead in some hospitals over here to use that to fight the COVID. Now, whether it works or not, I really don't know. Oh, okay. Mark Truitt says, I'm watching Forged in Fire in Tennessee with Doug Marcada. Yeah, Clayton Murray, ivermectin. Bobby G says, everyone, we would love to have everyone join us in Vegas. All are welcome. Yeah, it's going to be a great time, man. I mean, because these are some top, they're outgoing, they're funny, you know, they're successful, all of them are in their own right. Okay, Jason Flint, 8/16/71 is my birthday. Yeah, you're 50 years old, man. That big 50, man, you know, You got to watch those T levels, that testosterone levels, and hopefully everybody that's 40 and over has already took the finger up the butt already. Don't be ashamed of that, guys. That prostate exam, man, I tell you what, if I had a choice between that swab test and the prostate exam, give me the prostate exam. I don't want that, man. Y'all think I'm playing about that swab test. Gerard Bricky says the Saban Hotel is a nice place to stay. I've never stayed there. I've been bad. I always stay in the Airbnb. Maddie and Patrick, go on Airbnb, man. They got a big, beautiful house. They got 4 bedrooms upstairs. Every bedroom has their own CR. It's like being in a hotel, but they fix you dinner. If you need to go anywhere, they take you, to the mall, grocery shopping. I mean, he's half German, but he's been living in the Philippines. Matter of fact, his birthday was yesterday, so he's about 36 or something. But he's been living in the Philippines since he was 17. He just looks like a German, but man, he speaks great Tagalog and Visaya. Hey, Derek Greenway, he said, thank you for the super chat. He said, for the work you do, man, keep it going. Thank you so much. But yeah, and it's cheap, man, there. I think it's only something like $11 a day or something, guys. Go when this place opens up and you're in Ormond, man, you better go to Patrick and Maddie. And then the longer you stay, the more I'm telling you, this is like a mansion, man. And the longer you stay, the more of a deal they give you. Because I asked them what a month would cost in an Airbnb in that place. I think they said $10,000. Man, that's cheap. Clayton Murray said, can I take the finger up the butt at the same time as I get my vaccine? Get it done once. Man, I tell you what, don't play with that prostate exam, guys. Get it done. Let's see. Smooth Will said, no way, 4.4 inches, sunshine. Yeah. Over here, man, the average size is 4.3. So that means you got some smaller, some bigger, some smaller. You may have a 3.6 over here, because, see, if you ask your girlfriend, she'll tell you that she said her ex is like this. Jason Flint says, my family history, I've been getting poked since 40. Yeah. My father died of colon cancer, so had 2 colonoscopies. Don't like it, but you got to do it. Yeah, see, that's the problem with us, guys. That's why we die. See, I'm an insurance agent, and that's why we die sooner than women. They outlive us because they go to the doctor more often. And more often than we do. It's just how it is, man. By the time we go, it's too late. Now, if you're in the military, that's different. Doug Carr says, Calvin, much respect for what you did for Ricky and Violet, man. Y'all ain't going to believe this. And I'm going to tell you how to tell the transformation. You got to look at them kids. They don't even look the same anymore, man. I promise you that. And when you see them tomorrow, because I'm going to just go by and just do a drive-by tomorrow. Because I'm going to leave them alone. I'm going to go by there, and show them about once a month to let y'all know they're doing okay. Because I'll just look right around the corner. I'm going to have to go every day because we're going to give them 200 pesos a day stipend, plus buy their food, take care of them for that year. Hey, thanks, Ray Colon. He says, good morning, Calvin, from the Bronx Zoo. Many blessings. Thank you so much for that super chat, brother. I really appreciate you, man. Ray, is that Colon? Yeah, Ray Colon. Colin. Thomas Patterson said, herd immunity by Christmas. Where, in the Philippines? No way. That was their original goal. But you're talking about, man, they only have, that was 70 million people to reach herd immunity They've only got 2 million people who have been fully vaccinated, and it's almost July. So no, I don't think that's going to happen. Smooth Will says, I heard the carnivore meat diet can heal diabetes and the prostate as well as the keto diet. I haven't heard that. I know I heard that, once you get a certain age, man, you want and if anybody has any proof about that, man, share that with us. That's what we want, man. A lot of us are at that age and over, man, and we need this advice, but it's not worth a hill of beans if we're not going to follow it. Hey, you dirty puppy, thanks for joining us today. We really appreciate it. Thank you, Gabriel Bowe, for that super chat. He said, you're an insurance agent. Yes, your wife really needs this. Yeah, but that's why, if you look at premiums for a man and a woman in life insurance, the man's insurance is always going to be more because, and people always ask me, well, why? Because we live, our lives are shorter. Women live longer than we do. And those actuarials, they figure all that in. Now, when it comes to health insurance, it's the opposite. A woman's health insurance is more expensive because she uses it more often than a man. They know you're not going to use it. See, these insurance companies are very, very smart. Hey, Sam Gonzalez, thanks for that. What's he say? He says, what's up, Cal? Missouri City, Texas. Wow, it's a lot of people from Texas. Oh, okay, Doug Carr. He says, Calvin, I'm no longer diabetic because of the keto. Now, what is the keto diet, Doug? And then how old are you now? Yeah, Frank Ellis, they got a roof over their head and some food in their bellies. We want to make their lives comfortable, and then, we're going to leave them alone, basically. I'm going to take some water over there before I go to Bacallot today, because I'm going to Bacallot. I got to get me some books, man. I don't read everything I've got in here, so I'm going to get me 4 or 5 books. And, hopefully some of my subscribers are there. I told them if they see me and they say sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy, I'm going to buy them lunch. Hey, John Williams, he said, Calvin, the Philippines government saying take the vaccine or go to jail. Yeah, and they know more about the Filipino people than we do, John. That's what I'm saying. It may seem severe to us, but, Duterte wouldn't be saying it if he didn't know his people, man. If you don't put the pedal to the metal, man, they're not going to take that vaccine, man. They're listening to this. Remember I told you, nothing makes sense over here. It's not going to make sense, and it's never going to make sense because you're in the Philippines. They're afraid of the COVID, and yet they're afraid of the vaccine. How does that work? I don't know. Hey, Cloud60, thanks for that super sticker. How's that ever going to work out? See, Duterte knows he's in their man. He's a Filipino, man, through and through. And that's why they love him, man. He's putting them threats out there because he knows these people, man. It's not sincere, really. Oh, okay. Clayton Murray says the keto is cutting down on carbs and stopping insulin resistance. Yeah. But, when you get my age, you need some carbs. Try to get a balance of good fats, protein, and carbohydrates, man. I don't care what kind of weapon you're wielding. It ain't going to fire, guys. You're going to need a new engine. We got to start taking care of ourselves once you reach that 40 and up, man. Don't take your health for granted. Hey, the Mantons, 1968, he said, hey, Calvin from Greensboro, North Carolina. I'm 52. I do the OMAD 1 meal a day. Okay. No snacks, low carb diet. How's that working out for you, man? Really? Let us know about that. Sperling Edwards said the right Filipino will have you bouncing around so much. You'll learn the difference between tight shot group and sporadic shot group. Yeah, absolutely. And one guy says, I didn't mention, the woman weapon. He said size matters there too. He said it's a lot better over here. It's not as loosey-goosey as over in America. And there's nothing worse. I tell you what, man, and this is the truth. I was in a nightclub one time. I was drunk. And I was, flirting. Me and this girl was flirting back and forth, talking. And my friend came over to me and said, man, I know that girl. I grew up with her in Bardstown, Kentucky. He said, she's got the biggest pussy in the world. He said, leave her alone. Don't fool with her, man. I'm telling you, I'm warning you. So, of course, I'm drunk, man. I didn't care. So, man, she going for it. So, we get back to her place, man. And I'd be damned if he wasn't right, man. This lady had the biggest vagina. I've never run into a vagina that big anyway. It was like, what's that, like a whale swallowing a Tic Tac. That's what it was, man. I just felt so. I mean, there was no interaction at all, man. It was like, I went inside. It was like, hello. I mean, and it was just terrible, man. I'm telling you, it was my worst experience, and it was bad, man. Yeah, L.A., Detroit. He said, big. He said, you can drive a Volkswagen up in there. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, it's the worst. But I should have, and he called me the next day, he said, I told you. And, man, I tell you, it's the worst experience, man. Larry Miller says, is that Miller? He says, yeah, I'm 63 doing keto and intermittent fasting for 2 years, currently doing 1 meal a day, lost a lot of weight, and it's the best I've ever felt in my life. Oh, well, that's good. Okay, he says, hello. Dexter Dixon says, hello from Vegas. My Filipino wife for 20 years said you are doing a great work. Tell her thank you, Dexter, man. I really appreciate it. And it, really makes me feel good when Filipinos say that because, see, they get it. They understand it, man. When people always say, oh, you're going to get in trouble. You're operating a charity without a license. I'm not a charity, guys. I'm a private citizen. If somebody gifts me, it's in my pocket. It's my money. So if I want to help somebody over here, I can do it. And like I said on my last live stream, look, these are some extraordinary times, man. It calls some extraordinary measures. See, that's probably why the people haven't even confronted me and like, hey, what are you doing over here, man? Because people are starving here, man. Okay. But they always, and I'm like, man, don't you realize? I mean, this pandemic over here, we're in the middle of a pandemic and the lockdowns, man, it's choking people, man. Adam Chenoweth said, I met a Grand Canyon before too. And he says he's 6 inches. Yeah. I mean, it was so terrible, man. It's the worst experience I've ever had. Yeah. Hello. Yeah, I was like, man, let me hurry up. Needless to say, neither one of us got off. Wow, my Philippines exploration says I also do 1 meal a day for 3 years here in the Philippines. I lost 89 pounds eating fresh Filipino foods. A friend of mine, his name is Gerald Muhammad. He's in the Nation of Islam. See, he preaches 1 meal a day. Is that something that's hard to adjust to? Talk to me, man. I need to know because he's been preaching that for a long time. Ryan Bizzle says a donation. That's all. That's right, man. I'm just using my YouTube channel to help people, man. I'm not a charity. But, man, people get angry with me. What are you doing? You're going to get in trouble. I'm like, okay, well, let them get me in trouble then, man. You come over here and do something. Okay, my Philippines exploration said I'm in northern Mindanao. Yeah. The one thing you're going to really like about the Philippines, if you're really trying to get healthy, man, is this fresh food over here. The fruits, the vegetables, man, the seafood, the fish right out of the ocean, man. You can get it done. I lost 30 pounds, man. I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm not going back, to where I was over there. Yeah, L.A., Detroit, man, this is perfect what he said. He said, Americans don't realize that when you're starving to death, there are no rules. Absolutely, man. I got to write that down because I'm going to use that. There's no rules when you're starving to death. But for some reason, man, I'll be like, man, don't y'all realize people are okay, here's what I want y'all to do. If you can do this, Go 24 hours without eating anything. But you can probably do it because all you got to do is stand up, walk across the room, and open the refrigerator. That's not the type of hungry that's going on over here. They're hungry and they have no options. There is nowhere to get anything to eat. When's the last time you felt that kind of hunger, man? You couldn't understand it. You can't wrap your mind around it. Because, hell, in America, all you got to do is stand on the corner and say, with a sign, we'll work for food or whatever, and they're going to come out and give you the money, man. I promise you. Hey, Sam Gonzalez, thank you for that super chaser. Calvin, keep doing what you're doing. I am, man. It's just hard for us to understand that. When you help other people, you help yourself. I wouldn't be sitting here if it wasn't, man. Look at my video why I love Filipinos so much. Man, all I needed was $1,000, man, to get my family out of the hospital. $1,000 more dollars. The bill was like $300,000, $350,000. I don't know how much I had, but I know I was 50,000 pesos short. Couldn't get it from my friends, couldn't get it from my family in America now. For me, for my son, knowing I'm a high-earning insurance agent, I'm saying, hey, I'll give it back to you. No, don't you know a Filipino came up to me and said, hey, I'll give you that $50,000. Here's a guy who's earning $140 a month, man. You think I can ever forget that? I'm forever indebted to Filipino people because of him, But then people want to tell me how to give. I'm sorry, man. Hey, Maximus, what's going on, man? Danny DuBois says, I do one meal a day and eat carnivore. Sometimes fast 40 to 72 hours. Wow. And that's pretty good, man. But that takes some discipline, right? Am I right? There's news that Noe Aquino died. Really? He had been sick, man. I need to look that up, man. I ain't going to do it now on my live stream. Hey, honey, I need to check that out. Check to see if did Noe Aquino die? Look on there. Somebody said he did. Hey, Cal, damn, he said, Cal, how does a moderator put his blogger in timeout and keep the channel going? Do we take a commercial break? Well, you getting tough, Cal. You acting real tough since I gave you that raise, man. Hey, Ron Bizzle, he said, not bragging. I give my neighbors food every month and cash if needed. It's a gift. They don't ask, I give. You're not bragging, brother, about that. And then the guy says, hey, why you stick the camera in Ricky and Violet's face? Remember, again, this is where we're in the Philippines. We're not in your country. The Filipinos love to watch charity. They love to see it. Some of the biggest shows on television, that's how they got so big. They got a segment that they go around into the masses and they give away stuff, man, to one of their viewers, like Wow Wow Weed, Eat Bulliger. At 12 o'clock, it's their most popular segment. They'll spin a wheel, whatever, they'll choose a name, and they'll just show up over somebody's house. They give them all kinds of stuff. And people like that. Rafi Tufo, Jessica Soho. This isn't America, man. Filipinos love to see that because they live through that person. They see themselves receiving that charity, man. It's just something I can't explain, but it's been going on since I've been here. Hey, Axiom False, thanks for that super chat. He said the problem with nutrition is almost all the research and articles are biased. Some diets work for some people, but lifestyle and sleep matter most. Absolutely. I can tell you that sleep, man, we put so little. Yeah, he died, man. Thank you, Maximus, for that information, man. I'm shocked, but he's been in and out of the hospital, man, and it's been real, real quiet. They keep it real, real quiet. But yeah, Axiom, you're right. Sleep is so undervalued, man. You can't burn the candle at both ends, man. You're going to pay for it. Karan Tucker says, hey, Calvin, the doctors don't make money if the people are healthy. So they keep us sick. The food pyramid is full of food that conflict with each other and causes mucus to form in the bodies. Absolutely. And you're right about that. That 3 meals a day stuff, I know that's not good. And I'm not even a doctor. I'm not a nutritionist or any of that. But I know you got to at least give the food you just ate chance to, go through your body and come out the waste and everything like that. We eating on top of food before it gives a chance to digest. Hey, thanks, Larry, for that super sticker, man. I appreciate it. Amping. My girlfriend's mother's going out. My Philippines exploration said, brother, ain't no Grand Canyon in the Philippines, more like a small crack in the sidewalk. Yeah, see, but I was in America, my Philippines exploration, and I tell you what, it was the Grand Canyon, man. It's the biggest I've ever encountered, and I don't want to see that woman ever again. John Williams said, my friend's over here wishing that he had listened to you a long time ago. He brought his Filipino wife over here. They have been married 21 years, and she cheated with 4 different guys, man. My heart goes out to him. But I'm going to tell you something, man. This is something that came across my mind. I'm riding my bike the other day. The less educated a Filipino is, the least likely you should take her there. You should keep her here. The more educated, the better, because I'm going to tell you, man, they can't handle it over there. And what you're going to find out when you deal with women here who don't have a whole lot of education is they're very promiscuous. And, oh, man, I couldn't even begin to tell you, man. I'm married, man. I was married for 10 years. We're separated now. Everybody knows that. But you know what shocked me more than anything, man? My wife is just acting a complete fool over there. I mean, I'm really shocked about it. I mean, she slept with we've been, the last time I seen her was September 2020. And she was over here visiting. She went back. From that time to now, she's had 3 men, man. I'm shocked about that. I am really shocked. I don't know why, but I am. And I'm thinking, she's got a college degree, though, but it just really, man, I'm talking about, it just, I don't know what to say, man. Adam Chenwood said, P says Filipinos lying all the time, the same face. Maybe better to say single. I would say, man, at least until you get to know them, especially when it comes to children, man. I was going to do a video on that, man, but I said, nah, I'm going to rub people the wrong way, especially over here. But I'm going to tell you guys, know your rights as a foreigner before you come over here and have children. I'm telling you from my own experience, man. Don't put the cart before the horse, man. Don't have the child and then find out that you have very little rights over here, especially if the mother is a single. If you're not married to her, she has sole parental authority over the child. All right. And, now if you're married, it's a little bit different, but man, be careful, guys. Who you dealing with over here. Get to know them, man. And if I could do it all over again, I would have stayed single. I promise you that. Karan Tucker says, we get the proper rest, leave the meat, the grains, and the dairy alone, and get at least 2 hours of sunlight, your body will cure itself of anything and limit the radiation for the phones and television. See, that's true, man. But here's what happens to us, Karan Tucker. A lot of our bad habits, and these are habits, and habits are hard to break. And a lot of us, especially in my country, we don't have the discipline. We learn these bad habits, drinking Coke, eating, they know that fast food, McDonald's, Burger King, and all that, they know it's bad for us, but they get it hooked on it. They get us hooked on it early. They even make a game out of it. Man, we used to love when my mother, man, we were so poor, man, when my mother took us to somewhere like Triple Triangle or McDonald's or something like that, man, it was a big deal. But they knew it was killing us. Then by the time you reach a point where you say, man, I can think for myself, well, that stuff's beating in your head, and it's hard to get rid of a lot of them bad habits, man. And some of us just don't have the discipline, but when your life's at stake, you'll do something different, man. That's why I had to make that lifestyle change. And I'm not preaching. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Texas has always said, Cal, see here, they ain't allowed to be thoughts. And in America, we celebrate thoughts and being side chicks. Yeah, and it's just, I think another thing Texas is always, they don't get the attention here that they get in America. And I don't know what it is, but to know that, you know, because everything she knows sexually, I taught her. And what made me mad was these guys is over there, they're getting it for free. There's no visa papers they got to fill out. There's no coming to meet the family. There's no making trips back and forth. They simply over there, you know, enjoying basically the fruits of my labor. And I'm not mad at them. I'm just saying that this is where, you know, you have to draw the line. You have to say, hey, man, do I really want to go through that? You know, because it's a shock, man. It'll shock you. Bill says, yeah, they want you to drop dead the day after you retire, save them a bunch of money. Well, you know, Bill, if you're talking about Filipinos, they're very, very patient, and they will wait you out. They'll wait you out. Are you talking about the insurance companies? Yeah, Texas, as always says, she's exploring all kinds of new freedom for a new person there. Absolutely, man. Learn something worldwide. Say Cash App or PayPal ID, please, for donations to the cause. Just go to any of my videos and look in the description, Learn Something Worldwide. You will see my PayPal link and my Cash App, man. And thanks for your consideration. I really appreciate it. Hey, Michael Cosby, thanks for the super chat. He says, I love you as a brother, but we are not running around arresting innocent black men. Just delete me as a moderator because you act like you are escaping. That's a lie. I know the truth. Be a man. Oh, come on, dude. You know, you're reading me wrong. And, you know, if that's what you want, man, I do that. But, yeah, you're misinterpreting anything I'm saying. I never said that. I'm not escaping anything. But this is my life. See, Michael Cosby, I'm going to let you know that now. And you or nobody else is going to tell me how to live. The earth is 197 million square miles. No one tells me I have to live over there, okay? And, you know, and if you're not walking in my shoes, you need to be quiet, okay? I just put it like that, okay? So if you want to remove yourself, go ahead, brother. But don't come on here with that stuff. Walk a mile in my shoes before you talk that craziness. My house, you look it up, my situation was so bad that they put it in a book. December the 4th, 2004, those rotten police over there, the SWAT team first, knocked my door down, terrorized my family. I don't even have a police record, man. So you go on with that stuff. We fought it for 2 years. We tried to sue the city. No, they have something called qualified immunity. So unless you walk a mile in my shoes, Michael Cosby, it's best you keep quiet because you don't know what you're talking about. Okay? So, you know, that's enough of that. Hey, JH, he said, I'll just switch y'all out because I don't know. He's really not the Michael Cosby that I'm used to knowing. Something's going on with him. Yeah, LA Detroit qualified immunity is no joke. And I had no idea what qualified immunity was until that. See, a lot of this old stuff after 9/11, man, we allowed, the American people allowed these people to take so many of our rights away, and we don't even realize it, man. People can come in your house at any time they want to, for any reason, and then say, oh, we made a mistake. Well, I'm sorry, man. When you got machine guns pointing, don't you know these rotten bastards tied my 1-year-old daughter up? She's just graduated from high school this year. But at that time, she was 1 year old, man. And they zip tied her hands behind her back. So be quiet, Michael Cosby, okay, with that foolishness you're talking about. I'm not even talking about that. I mean, really, guys. Yeah, let's move forward, Wells Family Journey. You're right. No, but when people say that, man, I mean, he undercuts me, man. You know, I don't get it, man. This guy's changed so much. Hey, Jay Wilkes, what's up, man? Thanks for stopping by. Texas is what I said. My sole reason to come here was all about the P. I don't blame you, man. And one night said, wasn't Breonna Taylor killed in Kentucky? Yeah, my hometown. The same thing that happened to her happened to us, except, guess what? Nobody died in my situation. And had I owned a gun, we'd be dead, because imagine your door comes down. Boom. Down they throw the flash grenades in there. Boom, boom, boom. Heard my kids running down the hallway. My oldest daughter was 10 at the time. She says, Daddy, it's the Army. I'm like, the Army? I'm reading a book now. I look out. They got that AR-15. That red dot is real, guys, that you see on TV. And they're in full military gear. They sweep through my house. They tie us all up. I don't know if you've ever had a machine gun. I mean, literally 3 inches from my head, man. Yeah, that gets me fired up, man. So yeah, you bring shit up like that, man, on me, yeah, I'm going to get mad. Everett Brown said, I would have lost my mind if they did that to my baby girl. Well, see, I did. I was never the same, man. Don't you know, I was working. I had just gotten to the insurance business, man. I was booming. I'm just in little Louisville, Kentucky. But that whole region was Illinois, including Chicago. Now, Chicago has more people in the city of Chicago than the state of Kentucky has in the whole state. I was number 2 in the whole region. Man, I was booming. I was earning more money I ever earned. I was working in Lexington, Kentucky. Man, don't you know, a little bit over a year later, man, I had quit that job, man. I was somewhere else. My anxiety, they activated my anxiety, man. I wanted to kill somebody. The Wonders of Life Makes Me Wonder. He said the video about Saz got to a lot of people, but not me, because I don't give a F. I still would get mad. Yeah. But see, the Wonders of Life, here's the problem. There's 4 things I talk about on that video. Why is everybody only focusing on the one? I talked about the breast, I talked about the height, talked about the bank account, and I talked about the penis. But everybody just wants to talk about that part of it. See, that's why I did it the way I did it. Ain't no racist crap, man. We ain't talking about no racist crap on here, Michael, man. You know, I don't know what you're talking about, man. I don't play that racist stuff, man. Why do you think that? I believe that's one of the reasons my channel has got the traction it is. People know I'm not with that stuff, man. You know. Hey, Texas, oh yeah, let's stay positive. Absolutely. Indeed, Gordine. Yeah, I said just then leave Cosby, you know, because man, we don't want that on this channel, man. You know. LA Detroit said, yeah, that was a great funny video. I was holding back, man. The same with that weapon video. I'm like, come on, guys. If I got to explain to you the weapon that I'm talking about, you know, I don't think you need to be looking at a video like that. Called Childers says, I don't live in the hood. I love America. Y'all love America. I don't live in the hood either. Called Childers. Even though that happened to me in the hood, but you got to understand, the day before that happened, December the 3rd, 2004, we closed on our first house. We were happy. It was Christmas was coming. We were looking forward to Christmas, you know, and these cocksuckers came in my house like that. So yeah, you can love America. I love America, but that don't mean I can't demand better. See? Hey, to meet him, man, he said, thank you for helping that family. Really moved me. Thank you, man. It moved me too, man. I'm going to tell you. And thank you, man, for your help and support. You know, some situations touch me deeper than others, man. That was one of them. And it wasn't so much him, because I see people like Rick all the time. Man, it was those little babies, man. They didn't have any clothes on. And if you look at that picture, I promise, man, look at that picture on my community page when I showed you them. This little girl, man, is trying to hug the concrete. She's trying to get comfortable, man. Oh, man, it touched me, man. Moved me, man. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I got to do something, man. Hey, Cal Devin, thanks for that super chat. He said, okay, that's it. The next person that keeps it going will take a 300-second nap. Thank you, Cal, for that, man. Yeah, let's move on, guys. John Williams says, in the Marines, your weapon is in your hand, your gun is in your pants. Okay, but see, I was talking about weapon, John. I never said the word gun. I never said the word firearm in that video. But that's what everybody's saying. Some guy said, man, you need to delete this video. You're going to get in trouble. How? I'm not going to delete that video. Believe it or not. Rika Umbeo says, Mr. Calvin, don't let these people get you upset. It's not really the people, Rika. I'm going to tell you, it's the memory. It's that memory of that night. And to think that I fought those people for 2 years for nothing. JH said, Calvin, have you thought about building something like what Ricky and family are living in? Could be a Sunshine Shoulders Fresh Start Lodging. But sort of, it's going to be sort of like what that guest house is going to be. But see, the problem, JH, here in the Philippines now, especially in San Carlos, now, if I lived in the province, it'd be different. Man, the land is just so expensive here, man. You would be shocked at how expensive the land is here. You know, for the average Filipino, I don't see how they buy a house here. Doug Carr said, Ricky and Violet's landlady reminds me of my grandmother. Now, she helped them, and then she got help. See, when we showed up, Doug, we had no idea this lady was broke. I mean, she hadn't been paid rent. Her boarders hadn't paid rent in a long time. You know, Lord knows when. So she needed money for her maintenance, for food, for medicine, for everything. And we just show up with 12,000 pesos, 4 months rent. Then the next day gave her 2 more months rent, 6 more thousand. Man, this lady broke down crying while she was writing me that first receipt. She said we was the answer to her prayer. Hey, Michael Cosby, thanks for that super chat. He said, I'm cool and we love all people. Just don't make us all look bad. I know you are a good man. Make you all look bad. I don't understand that. I never harp on that stuff, Michael. So come on, man. Let's move on to something else. I never harp on that stuff. And believe me, I could. I'm 58, man. But I don't do it. Efren Dunlap said, this is my weapon. This is my gun. This is for fighting. This is for fun. Absolutely. Yeah, Doug Carr said God does work in mysterious ways. That's why I was telling people, if you think that was a coincidence that we picked that place, I don't know, man. I don't believe in that anymore. I know there's some greater forces at work now. Is it some bearded man in the sky looking down? I don't believe that, but I do believe in universal law and universal principles. I believe in that because it goes even further, okay? Listen to this. There was a couple that I was helping. They didn't even win the electronic community pantry. They were just really, really struggling. So I said, okay, I'm going to bless y'all with 1,000 pesos worth of groceries. They met me at Save More. Come to find out that they had saw the post about Ricky and Violet. They said, hey, we know these people. He's a pedicab driver like me. They pointed us in the direction of that place to rent. See? Will Max said, you're brave, Calvin, for changing your life. Jim K was just talking about how his family gives him shit for moving and marrying in the Philippines. Well, you are going to get that, man. You know, most of us are going to get that. Number one, people want you to live your life the way they see fit, not the way you want to live it. And number two, they know so very little about the Philippines. Only bad stuff. You know, they think all Filipino women are scammers. They think that this whole country is nothing but a ghetto. They know very little about this place. But yeah, you're going to catch hell when you decide to change your life. It's not easy, man. That's why a lot of people just continue to punch the clock and, you know, stay on the hamster wheel because it's easier to stay on than to get off. Hey, Jason Flint, thanks for that super chat. He said, Calvin, there are some people here who just want to get you worked up. When you speak, you don't have to explain. It's your perspective, no regrets. People hear you because you are growing while others are not. Thank you, man. And, you know, you're right, man. I think they get a kick out of that. But that's just my passion, man. I'm passionate, and I get that from my mother. But, yeah, thank you, Jason, man. I really appreciate it. Hey, Ennis Montgomery said, thanks for the super chat. He said, funk him. Tell Milk Cross to take 4.3 inches. Y'all crazy, man. But yeah, you're going to catch hell when you decide to change your life, man. Because people, I'm going to tell you something. When I stopped drinking, man, don't you know my biggest adversary was my wife? Now, how could that be? You didn't like me when I was drinking. Now you like me even less when I stopped drinking, you know, because some people become caretakers. And see, my wife at that time didn't realize that when I stopped drinking and decided to turn my life around, I needed her more. But she didn't see it like that. She liked the old Calvin better, the one that was begging for a few dollars. Hey, give me, you know, a cigarette or something, you know. Hey, Hollywood baby, my favorite farmer. He said, hey, Calvin, I'm at the fire station tonight. But I'm finally able to catch the chat. Good morning, brother. God bless you for all the good work you're doing. Keep it up. Hey, I appreciate it, Hollywood baby, man. Tell the guys at the station, man, to stay safe, man. Stay COVID free. Hey, Will Mack, thanks for the super chat. He said, even here at the plant I work at, I'm ridiculed for doing a good job. Thanks to Jim Rohn and Les Brown, I flick them off like fleas. Absolutely. And Napoleon Hill and Dr. Dennis Kimbrough and Og Mandino, see, I learned all that stuff from them. They've helped me so much, man, you know, about having positive mental attitude, you know, W. Clement Stone, the old school, man. I learned so much from them, going the extra mile, you know, helping others without expecting anything in return, man. This stuff changed my life, man. You got to understand, man, prior to May the 13th, 1998, I was the town drunk. There's times I woke up in the crack house, man, with nowhere to go, nothing to eat, no money in my pocket, man. A very short time later, maybe within 5 years later, man, just by following, you know, the lessons that I learned from these guys, man, I was living in a 3,700 square foot home, earning over $200,000 a year, employing 20 people, man. I become a pillar of society just by changing the way I was thinking. So when I decided to move to the Philippines, I knew I was going to catch hell. I knew it was coming, man, Will Mack. And now those same people are now reaching out to me saying, hey, tell us your secret. Well, it's not a secret, believe it or not. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Mike. Take care, man. I appreciate you, man. I don't have anything against you. Yeah, Will Mack. Yeah, the crack house, man. You know, you got to realize, man, I've been involved with some great stuff in my life, man, you know, and that was one of them when I stopped drinking and stopped getting high, because I come from a family where that's normal. I was a straight A student, voted most likely to succeed, you know, great athlete. I had it all. So when people saw me go down that road, they were shocked, man, you know. But what I did was, you know, I just said, man, you know, when you at the bottom, man, where I was, there's nowhere else to go but up. You know, and that's why I never judge anybody, never look down on nobody. And it's the number one reason why I help other people, because somebody helped me. They literally picked me up, man, and carried me until I could walk on my own, man. Mark Jewett said, I quit my factory job because of the BS. Yeah, Ron Bills. He said when you go public, see, but I've been public ever since, Brian. He said people will throw stones. It's good you're real, brother. Everyone has their own story. Absolutely. And see, I don't have nothing to hide. You know, see, secrets, it's what I've learned. Secrets kill people like me. That's why I was doing a lot of things I was doing. You know, holding on to all these old secrets and stuff. Clayton Murray said, that's some transformation, Calvin. It was, but it was in me all the while. I was just using the energy in the wrong way. There's a book by Dorothea Brand, man. If you can find it, it's a classic book. It's called Wake Up and Live. And she said it takes the same energy to succeed as it does to fail. Just use that energy to succeed. You know, she said it takes energy to do nothing, man. It does. Try to sit still for all day and see how much energy you exert just from sitting still, just from doing nothing. So use that same energy, man, to recreate your life, man. That's what I've done. And I've been doing it ever since I learned about it. I love you too, Michael Cosby, man. I love you back, man. I'm serious. I do. Hey, you dirty puppy. Thank you so much for the super chat. He said, this is for the city park trike drivers family. Move on and do more good deeds. I am, man. And because my life depends on it, guys. If I stop helping people, man, I'm going to end up back, you know, at the bitter end. See, I was at the bitter end. I didn't have no other choice. It was either continue on that road and die or accept some help, man. I accepted help. King Arthur, thanks for that super chat. He said, Michael Cosby, are you a troll or you need to get a life, guy? You know, I don't know. You know, I'm shocked, man. I mean, he was one of my best guys. I'm just really shocked. Thanks, Michael Cosby, for the super chat. He said, I love you, bro. I'm proud of you. You're doing a great job. Thanks, man. He said, Bill L said, when will I stop crying doing sex? That's crazy. Wow. Mel A says, hey, Mr. Calvin, 48 degrees Fahrenheit this AM, now 62. Welcome to autumn. So cold. Litchfield County, Connecticut. Wow, y'all getting cold weather already? $9.99 for 1 pound of bacon. Now it's a sale for $8.99. Yeah. But if you get that Kroger brand, you can get that, you know, it ain't got that much meat on it, but hell, you can get that Kroger brand for about $4.99. Marvin Collins says, who is the point of contact for the Sunshine Shoulders Social in Las Vegas? You can contact Bobby G. He's on here from Denver. Cal Deadman, Ingram Davis, Jason Flint, and I don't think Cal Ellis is on here. But those 4 guys are on here, Marvin. They're trying to help somebody. They're trying to get in touch with somebody. I think Mr. Vegas or one of them guys who are on here from Vegas to see if they can get a good hotel deal. Sam Gonzalez says they're going to be a social in Vegas. Yeah, it is. Somewhere around August 16th, Sam Gonzalez. And if you believe in coincidences, he said August 16th, right? Remember I told y'all my son was born premature March 10th, 2012. Well, I stayed here for 6 months after that to make sure he was okay. Or is it 5 months? But I arrived back in the United States on August the 16th, 2012. Oh, yeah, David A. I just got Wake Up and Live. That's a great book, man, on Amazon Kindle. Thanks, Calvin. I promise you, man, you're going to enjoy that book. D. Gordon says, been drinking more than likely. It kind of sounds like it, man. They say men that cry during sex are emotional. But, yeah, that Wake Up and Live book, man, you know, and she wrote this book during the midst of the, believe it or not, during the midst of the Depression. I think she wrote it in 1920 something. See, I read those old books. Because a lot of the newer books now, they're just a take on those old books. But she used the principles. She said she just woke up one day and it hit her, and she wrote the book. And one of them, the thing she talks about in the book, she says, how would you act if you knew that everything you tried, you were going to be successful? You know, that you could never fail. See, she says, act that way now. You know, get that sort of state of mind and act as if it's impossible to fail. You know, that's what she's saying. Man, that kind of stuff, man, is the reason I'm sitting here today, guys. I didn't have nothing to lose. Everything to gain. Hey, Doug, thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. Clayton Murray, I like the old school self-help genre. See, I've never read The Secret, because all The Secret is Napoleon Hill talking about, you know, the laws of success. That's all it is. He wrote I think, what was it, 12 book volume, man. It's called The Laws of Success, man. David A says, Wake Up and Live was free on Kindle. Wow, maybe because copyright had expired. Check it out, guys. I always try to be better than I am today. And this book is going to make you better. And that's the reason why I think I've done so well in the Philippines, because in the book, she says that every now and then, she says, if you live in the city, you need to visit the country. And if you live in the country, you need to go to the city, visit the city. We need to shake up that routine, guys, that we've gotten into, man. Look yourself in the mirror and know that you're on a routine. You're talking to the same people every day. You probably take the same way home every single day. Eating in the same places, man, you know. And she says, shake up that routine. She says, instead of driving to work, take public transportation to work. And she said this in 1929. Now that would be something different. Eat in a restaurant and try food that you've never tried before. It's going to change your life, man. It's going to shake up something up here. Okay, Jacob John J says that Will's calling again. Need to answer the bell again. Be well. Catch you all next session. Thanks, Jacob John J, and everything you do for us. Michael Dorseyville said, hey, Calvin, what's going on, brother? Forgive Michael Cosby. He forgot to take his medicine today. Yeah, I forgive Michael Cosby. I don't hope, man, look, I'm over here because I sincerely am seeking a new life. I found that new life. I don't just want to be over here the same person with a new address, guys. Hey, guys, let's hit the like button. Y'all know that helps me. We got about 17 minutes left. I really wanted to change, man, and I've changed. I was like, I was telling my girlfriend the other day, in America, man, and I'm talking about it wasn't America's fault. It was, because I believe my problems was basically my own making. I was like a butterfly trapped in a cage. Over here, they've opened the cage and let me out. Which one you think is happier? The butterfly flying all around on his own, or the one in the cage? I'm just the one flying around now, man. That's why I'm able to just grow and, be more of the real Calvin Roach than I was in America, man. This stuff sounds crazy, but it's true, man. Hey, Mr. Freeze said, just chilling. What did you drink back in the day? Whiskey, vodka, rum? Man, I drunk it all. When I first started out and I was doing good, of course, Cavassier, Hennessy, stuff like that. But then toward the end, man, it was whatever. Fleshman's gin, Buckhorn beer. Man, it didn't matter, man. I needed it. Cisco, just anything, because I didn't have a lot of money, man. So it had to be cheap. Night Train. Luckily, the price of cheap wine hasn't risen in 50 years. You can still go get a pint of Night Train for about $1. Same with Richards, man. You get that little Richards shorty, man, and it was bad in my last days, Mr. Freeze. I promise you, man. But I tell you, right now I'm living a life the best I've ever known. I never even dreamed this big before. You know, it ain't about the money because I've earned the money before, man. Okay, Cal Dearman says, Mr. Freeze, do this for us. Check for group rates in some of the hotels. Start with 20 people. Get a general idea. Bill Ellis said, were you the ladies' man? Well, the only if she was a crackhead, you know. And see, here's the thing. My wife at the time stood by me until I was able to turn my life around. And that's why I stayed with her for 12 years after I got, you know, I felt it was my obligation to her. Really, we probably should have got a divorce because, see, once I got sober, I quit lying to myself. See, we wasn't in love, but I felt I owed her for her carrying me for those 5 years, the first 5 years of our marriage. So, to be honest, when I look back on it now, she was with me in some of the best times of my life, especially when it came to the money part. So I took her everywhere, man. We went to Mexico, anywhere, Vegas, you know, bought the house, the cars, helped her start a daycare business. Will Max says, I'm 41. Thanks to Cal, I feel like I have plenty of time. My plan is coming to fruition. Philippines bound, man. One thing I learned, man, is look, write your plan down. It's not enough to keep it up here. See, read the book by David Thoreau. Which one is it? The one that made him famous. He's a philosopher, man. This guy went out in the wilderness and just started writing, man. Got away from the world and everything like that. He said, you know, the problem with our goals is we set them so low. See, set you a high goal, man. And watch what happens, man. You know, we don't know how that works. It just works. But you got to get it out of your head, man, and write it down. Yeah, Frank Ellis said Cisco was known as liquid crack when I was in Indiana. Actually, I'm false. Said you should do a book review video one day. I am, man. That's a great idea. I'm going to write that down. But see, you know, I do that. I do stuff like this and get behind the camera. I do that for my viewers and subscribers. I don't do it for views because nobody really wants to see that. They'll say it, but I do it for people like you, actually, I'm false, and people like that who really want to see it. I don't do it for the views. See, thank Michael Cosby for the super chat. He says, who are we going to help next? I don't know, man. The spirit moves me. I don't go out looking for people because, hell, the need is too great over here, man. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to get into that business of looking for people to help, man. It's too many. But the spirit moves me, you know. Karan Tucker said, Thunderbird was dangerous, man. What are you talking about? Hey, yeah, Derek Greenway. He said Coke 45 and Odin. But see, I couldn't even afford that anymore. It was Buckhorn beer, man. Go look up Buckhorn beer. It's a damn beer can, like a beige color beer can with a damn moose on the damn front of it. Yeah, J.H. said Ripple. That was beyond me then. To be honest with you, man, I was drinking just some ugly stuff, man. 211 was my favorite toward the end. Yeah. St. Ives, yeah. Crazy Horse, all that stuff. I'm going to tell you something, okay? It had got so bad. Me and my best friend, we were working at Brown and Williamson Tobacco Corporation. We went to the Jazz Festival. I believe this is 1992. And they came out with some Coke 45 in black cans with a red horse. It was so bad that it was some black senators and representatives back in the day. They made them take that off the market, man. Power Master was the name of it, man. I mean, it was terrible stuff, man. It was so bad. It was Coke 45 in a black can. I don't know if you ever seen it. I only had 1 6-pack of it. I couldn't take it. Yeah, it was called Power Master. Look it up, guys. Maxima said, Calvin, did you ever drink Four Loko? No. But if they'd offered to me, I would take it. The only thing I didn't try when I was out there was heroin. You know, because in 1998 and them days like that when I was getting high, it was really a secret society still. It wasn't all over the place like it is now. And I mean, you really had to be a junkie to be doing heroin. You know, I was a crackhead and I looked down on heroin addicts. Yeah, Gene Franklin, that's great. He says, I got my plan written down for Cebu and spending the rest of my life with my girlfriend, fingers crossed. She says yes. Don't cross your fingers, man. You know, act as if it's already, as if your dream is already, or your goal has already been accomplished, man. I don't know how the universe works. Oh, yeah, Bill Ellis, I love champagne. But it just works like that. Man, I'm going to tell you something. In 2008, July 2008, is when I wrote down, I made a scrapbook, and I had 2 places in there. Philippines, I just put the Philippines. I didn't even know anything about Philippines. And I put Perth, Australia as the 2 places I wanted to go. Plus all the other stuff, the car, I had a convertible on there, big house and everything like that. And I look at it every day. And I began, coming to the Philippines became an obsession for me. I'll be at the YMCA, man. I promise you, man, I could feel the sun on the back of my neck, man. And I could sit there and visualize my feet in the sand. And I didn't have the money, man. I didn't even know where it was going to come from, man. 7 months later, man, I had enough money, not only for me, but I could have brought 3 or 4 people to the Philippines. And then 2 months later, there I was in a Panglao, Bahal, on Alona Beach, man. It was all like a dream, man. I know y'all think that this stuff sounds corny, man, but I was at a point. Troy Carpenter says, I'm tired of being alone, man. I hear you. Yeah, yeah. Who is that? You're right. It was 1991 in Chicago. Clergy got it pulled off the market. Yeah, they did the same thing where I was. Hey guys, we got 189. Let's get 200 before I get off here. We got about 7 minutes. Yeah, Frank Ellis, he said Perth, Australia is off the chain. And these are places I never even been before. I was just going by what people on my ship was telling me. See, they told me, but see, I was on an aircraft carrier and people were coming on there every day. They be coming off of Westpac. Oh yeah, we were out in the Indian Ocean. We went to Perth, Australia, and you know, so I said, well, hell, I want to go. Oh yeah, Derek Greenway. Yeah, that Kessler's still throwing up that rock gut. Yeah, what's that other one? What's that old not Kessler's, but it look, you know, it's in that bottle like this. E&J. Oh my God. Oh, is Lynn San Diego 102 on here? But no, she said she migrated there when she Batanga. She's the one who, her and her husband, they know Ricky and Violet. They the one showed us where the apartments is. She's on here now, May, and her husband Joshua. Thank y'all for helping us. Mr. Free said, I'm drinking Kessler's and Pepsi now. I'm a great mixer. Well, that's what I did. But toward the end, I was drinking right out of the bottle, man. I'm going to be honest with you. Hey, don't make me roll out of it. Hey, guys. I tell you, I got so bad. I'm going to tell you how bad I was. I would walk past people, and they wouldn't even recognize me. People I had graduated high school with. Remember, I was in most likely to succeed. David A. said, the biggest mistake I made in the Philippines was staying too long in anger leave. Finally got bar girls. I overstayed. Yeah, that kind of stuff gets old, man. I mean, but for some Don, he said, hey, Calvin, Mabuhay. Sam Gonzalez said, oh, yeah, Cal, you taking me back. Yeah, man, we used to do all that stuff. But I'm just so thankful, man, that I don't even have a desire to drink anymore, man. It's been removed from me. But, man, I drink everything, any and everything. Okay, Robbie Rose said, truth, I went to Perth in 83 and 85, USS Carl Vinson. Hey, Calvin, I'm in the hospital, I had painful kidney stone removed today. Thanks for cheering me up. Hey, thank you, Robbie Rose, man, and get well soon, brother. I've got a friend, Phil, he's back in America now, his mother's funeral. He's got some kidney stones he's dealing with, man. I hope and pray, man. My sister had one. I went up her house, man. When she answered the door, she immediately dropped and passed out from the pain. It was that great. I had to call 911. AC King says in college it was Thunderbird and grapefruit juice. Shake it up. Well, then they got to the point where Thunderbird, they start making it flavor. They started putting a flavor in it. What was that called, guys? Because we used to drink the orange Jubilee. Yeah. Mr. Freeze says, I do know a guy who drinks cheap whiskey or vodka and uses beer as a chaser. I'm not at that point yet. I was at that point, man. We used to get that old cheap Fleischmann's gin, half pint. And like I said, some of the cheapest beer you could possibly buy. Because, hell, we probably didn't have $4 or $5 between all of us. And that's what we used to do, man. And you feel so good because whatever you're running from, whatever you're trying to escape from, for those few little hours, man, you know, you'd be on cloud nine until you came back down again. And Adam Chenoweth says playing with bar girls does get old. Buzz in Pattaya says it gets old pretty quick when you live there. Yeah, see, in the Philippines, it's just so much to do, man, and it's just so cheap. I mean, you know, if you want that type of play, you can always go back there, man. But to come over here just for a woman, man, you're gonna cheat yourself, man. Hey, Rob, thank you, man, because, you know, a lot of people, I had a friend, and he just would not connect his, he would not correct his diet, man. He just kept on eating out. I mean, they eat out, religiously, like him and his Filipino girlfriend, they've been together like 12 years. She's a nurse. He works in computers or something. I'm talking about, this is no lie. They eat out breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day. I'm talking about they spend thousands of dollars every month eating out, man. And I mean, all that old greasy stuff. And any new restaurant opens up within a 200-mile radius, they're eating it. And man, he had kidney stones twice within a couple of months, man. Bad enough where it hospitalized him. But see, the Philippines has changed, Frank Ellis. It's not the Philippines in 2009 when I came over here. It's really a lot better because remember their economy was booming before this pandemic, man. Things were really getting better. There's a lot more resorts opening up. There was a lot more people starting to come over here to the Philippines. It was really getting like I'm going to tell you, man, the Philippines was getting like this international feel to it, man. It was really on its way, I'm going to tell you, man. Despite all the problems that you heard this place having. I'm telling you, man, I'm living here, man. I'm boots on the ground. I'm telling you, this pandemic has put a whooping on the Philippines and put it all the way back. It's like all the gains that they made, man. And I want to send my condolences to the Filipino people. Noynoy Aquino, the president before Duterte, has passed away at 61. I'm shocked. I was here when he was elected. For the last two elections, I was actually in the Philippines. And that's his sister was like the Oprah Winfrey of the Philippines. Her name was Chris Aquino. And see, they used to live in the United States a long time ago when their father was he was like I don't want to say a refugee, but he had like refugee status in America. They went to school there and everything there. They're one of the elite families in the Philippines, and yeah, he passed away. I'm shocked about that. But see, he escaped death before. He had been shot several times. He survived an assassination attempt when he was a young man. They tried to kill him. He was shot in the head. I think the bullet was left in his head, back here in his head. So I want to send that condolences out to the people of the Philippines, to the Aquino family. That was his mother, who became the president of the Philippines too, Cory Aquino. But hey, guys, I'm going to have to get off here because I'm going to Bacolod. I got to pick me up some books. Remember, if you're in Bacolod, man, and you see me at Ayala, man, if you say, sunshine on my shoulders make me happy, I'm going to buy you lunch. If you're in America, it's late. I hope you help somebody before you let your head hit the pillow. But if you're on one of them late grocery runs, beer runs, weed runs, just getting off second shift, or you're on your lunch break, and you see somebody in the street, buy them something to eat, buy them something to drink, give them a few dollars. In the Philippines, it's 11:16 a.m. You have the whole rest of the day to intentionally go out and find somebody to help. There's no excuse. Tomorrow, one of my subscribers, Sidney Gibson, it's the death anniversary of his wife, Montserrat Vericat. She's from Spain. They were married for 40 years. He donated $200 to my Sunshine Shoulders Facebook page, the pandemic giveaway. We're going to give away 10,000 pesos tomorrow night, Friday night, 8 p.m. Filipino time. 10 of my Filipino subscribers are going to win 1,000 pesos each. Shout out to you, because these people need help, man. They're starving over here. Things ain't back to normal like it is in the West. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care. Stay safe. Stay COVID free. I'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody, for your super chats, your super stickers, your thumbs up, for your kindness, your generosity, your support of my channel. Tune in tomorrow for the Sunshine Shoulders and Moonshine Shoulders show at 9:30. It's going to be funny, man, especially since I made that video, Does Size Matter? And you got Mr. Big Moonshine Shoulders going to be with us. So take care, guys.